Hey everyone, and welcome back after a very long time to someone's PC. So, if the video's out by then, I'm not sure if I'll be able to drop it by then. Pretty much the channel's moving in a new direction. The couple of players that we had playing Digimon, including myself, all really didn't enjoy the game anymore with our various successes and what we've had with it. And eventually we moved on to a new card game that's coming out, which is One Piece, the trading card game. A couple of our Pokemon players are still playing Pokemon. Name of being Drew, but he switched to a different team called Rare Candy, and he's finding a ton of success over there. So if the video's not out, the new direction, what we're doing with Someone's PC is pretty much turning it into like Someone's PC gaming. I'm gonna upload any kind of like content I'm very competitive within, or like to play. And as of right now, that's heavily One Piece, the trading card game, and another one's being Pokemon Unite and other various content of that nature. I was debating like bringing some different form of content that we really don't do too much of, which is in this case like live gameplay video. Maybe like up the production value of how we create these videos and then have commentary over it. So that's pretty much something I'm going to be spitting out daily, if not every other day, as soon as we get the channel up and running and really get a consistency of going in here. So if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you've either been a fan of Someone's PC before, or you're brought here by Mario's Gaming World in his channel and the purple deck profile I did for him. So pretty much what I'm trying to do with this video is make it short and sweet, which is how to get into the One Piece TCG and how you should currently be setting up your financial investment in what you're expecting out of the card game at the current moment. So if you don't know how to play the game at all, I will keep it very simple. There's a YouTube video by DPP, and he basically explained how to play One Piece in under 6 minutes. It's a very simplistic game with a lot of complicated routes of play and various changing strategies. And honestly, the game is just so in-depth and crazy. It's very solid, but it's very easy to pick up, and that's probably one of the best thing that One Piece has to offer. So I'm going to link this video in the description. I'm not going to watch it now. I'm not going to play it now. I'm going to give it all that garbage. Watch this, learn how to play, and we'll move on from there. Phenomenal video. Shout out to DPP. I'll put it in the description. So the main question I'm getting from a lot of people transferring from other card games is, should I be buying the starter decks that are currently out? How do I buy the starter decks, and am I overpaying for them at their current price? So what's going on right now, and like the past couple weekends, as well as maybe a few going on today on October 8th, and they're having this event called the Super Pre-Release, and what it is they're printing these 4 starter decks, and they're stamping them with a logo on it that says Super Pre-Release, like a gold stamp, and essentially you're paying between $15 to $25 for a single copy of these starter decks, and you're entering a tournament, and then you're playing to compete for a winner prize Luffy, which is very expensive and very nice looking. Well, we'll dive into that later on. But basically, right now, a lot of these events are selling out. People are unable to get their hands on them, and if they are, they're paying for roughly about $70 to $80 per deck in order to try and compete. If you are looking to save your money and have a lot of patience, and you don't really mind, you're not playing right now, you just kind of want to keep them in the community, and you just want to buy these same starter decks when they drop officially in November, definitely save your money. There's no reason to buy these. These exact same starter decks will be printed come winter in a non-super pre-release version, and they'll be $12. So literally the exact same cards here that everyone else is playing with them now. Maybe at your locals you've seen them, they look pretty hype, or people seem to be having fun. They're coming out in exactly a month and some change. You don't have to overpay for these if you don't need to. Now, if you're competitive and you're like, oh, I'm definitely gonna go highest rarity in this game, I definitely enjoy the game and I definitely want to pick it up, it's well worth the $70. That's their current market price on Facebook and on eBay, and I wouldn't be paying more than $70, and if you're able to find it less, then you're big chilling. Good for you. You're killing it. And the reason being is a lot of these cards, I'd say roughly 24 to 32 of the cards in these starter decks, you're going to be playing at set 1 release. I have roughly about 450, 500 games of set 1 in my pocket over the past 2 months. I proxied out decks that have been winning tournaments, various meta ideas, and a lot of these cards will see play. And the best thing about it is that the printed super pre-release version is the highest rarity that you will receive for a lot of these cards. So this Leader Luffy, it got second place at the Japan Nationals qualifier. This Sanji will see a 4 of in almost every deck. This Chopper right here will definitely see a 4 of in most decks. This Nami will see a 4 of in almost every single red deck. The Brook, the Luffy, and so forth. There's just so many strong cards that come in these starter decks. They tend to define the strength of the deck and their overall game plan, even going into set 1. So if you've already spent the 70 on it, you might not like a deck, and you're like, all right, this might have been a waste of anything. I solely disagree with you. More than likely, that deck is going to double in price over the course of the game, just from how strong the cards are in it and the way we know TCG communities to function with highest rarity. To go over the starter decks a little bit, if you're like, all right, cool, I'm in, which deck do I get? So basically, every deck that you will buy will have its bang for its buck come set 1. If you like red's aggro, it's rush, it's well worth the money. And you're just having an aggressive kind of game plan, and this will remain strong going into set 1 and even into set 2. Green is highly considered as the best deck in set 1. It will use probably about 24 of these cards in here. At least 4 copies of Jewelry Bonnie, 4 copies of Killer, 4 copies of Eustace Kid, 4 copies of Basil Hawkins, and then 4 copies of Scratchman Apu, no matter what. I don't know if I mentioned Capone, but Capone will be in there too, as well as your leader. Your leader will be the same leader. There's not an alternate art version of it printed yet. It might be coming in set 1. I honestly don't remember. I just played the proxies, and I'm trying my best out here, right? So, green almost plays the same. This is mid-range control. It suspends, it taps. It's kind of like how green plays in Digimon. Blue, same thing. You'll need 4 of this Dofi. 3 to 4 this Law. Definitely 4 this Mihawk. Definitely 4 this Gecko Moria. The cards in the starter decks are absolutely cracked. They're insane. They're very, very strong, and you can get a printed version of them for $70 if you so choose to invest in that way. Basically, red's rush, green suspending and restanding, blue sends cards back to your opponent's hands, and you generate value in low paying advantage. Gecko Moria gets to fish you a card for a +1 on your discard pile, and then this Sentomaru card gets to generate free bodies on board. And lastly is purple. If you're a control player and you're like, oh, I played purple in Digimon, this is pretty much the same thing. You have cards and abilities that pop and destroy cards on board that no other color has, and it's very, very sweet. There's a huge gigantic Kaido. You just stall for late game, and you run over every single deck in the game late. And just like every other starter deck, these cards will be played. If not, like 40 of these will see play come set 1. It's very, very well worth your time and your money to pick these up now if you want to learn and play and practice. So that's pretty much it for the starter decks. There are a few tournaments going on that you can lottery and basically attempt to register and attempt to play in a limited battle tournament that are hosted over webcams. In those battles, you can combine 2 of these starter decks together to get a more consistent starter deck, because this is a deck together, so you can get 4 of everything you want. And you can play those over webcam. The winners will receive these crazy looking Luffys that'll be very, very expensive as prize cards. But you shouldn't feel bad if you're missing out on these tournaments, because other than those winner Luffys, they're not getting much. You're getting a couple promo packs for participating in, and those promo packs include the same 5 cards that everyone's receiving from playing in these super pre-release events, which is the 4 here, the Ice Metal Adventure, Kaido, Croc, Kid, and then this promo Luffy that has 5 different prints. The winner one here is the one that's going for like $550. This one here is going for about, I think 30 to 40, and then this is pretty much the same one as all this. Another question that comes up, do you need the promo packs? You absolutely do not. They're not necessary for any deck besides red in the current limited battles format. Once we leave the limited battles format and go into a set 1 format, then you won't need anything. Basically, none of these cards see play as soon as set 1 comes out. So don't sweat buying the promo pack if you don't absolutely want it, or just love One Piece so much you want to collect almost every other card. So with that said, here are the limited battles. You can download the Bandai app or Bandai TCG Plus app and sign up for them once you do have like two of one of these colors and participate in them. Here's the dates, yada yada yada. Next up is the starter decks. I guess the last thing to go over is the prices, and it's should I drop $70? Or this one's only 46. That was pretty fire. Oh yeah, it's a bidding. It's a bidding. Okay. Should I drop $70 picking up one of these starter decks? It will pay off tenfold in the long run, in my opinion. And if you want to play it now, then you absolutely should. You shouldn't wait. This is a game that very much rewards high amount of practice and a high amount of experience with your particular deck. I will say, as someone who's extremely cocky, if you know me from the Pokemon community, I talk a lot of trash, and I truly believe like I am a top player at everything I give my effort into. This game's crazy. It's crazy how many routes of play it'll introduce to you. Baiting, different like mind games you can play with your opponent based upon the Dawn you have open, the way the cards are all set up. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm really in love with the game, and the quality of a product that Bandai has put out with this game, absolutely absurd. I'm just very, very excited, and I'm going to be putting out more and more gameplay videos, definitely tomorrow and the rest of the week. But yeah, that's pretty much what you'd be at. Got a couple limited starter decks. Play with them. If you don't feel like dropping 70 on them, then the starter decks will be reprinted next month without the stamp. You can buy them for $12 then, or you can proxy a bunch of cards and play with your homies at your locals. Honestly think if you're trying to save money, that's the route to do. Other than that, in this description, I'm going to put the main website for Bandai's One Piece Play, the Discord, a couple Facebook groups that we frequent, and yeah, good luck, have fun. This game's insane. I hope you really do enjoy it and love it. If you love a quality gameplay experience that is extremely competitive and very thought-provoking. I'll play like 5 games in a row with my main testing partner, and I'll need a break after those 5 games because it's been 2 hours, because that's how much time we have to sit and think about our moves. Once you get your hands on a couple starter decks, you'll notice how crazy and complex this game could be. So please enjoy yourselves. Thank you for listening to this video, and we'll be back with more Someone's PC content on One Piece in the future.